Hey there and welcome to the club. Today I'll be showing you how to draw the legendary Moltres from Pokemon. So let's get started with the eyes. We'll start with the top of the brow, starting from the upside. We're going to curve down to the inside of the eye. From the top, we're just going to curve down, and then from the inside, we're just going to go across with a short line. From here, let's tuck in the pupil and iris. So at the top here, we're just going to wrap a curve around the top. On the top edge here, we're just going to draw little highlights. So just drawing a little curve along the top. We're going to draw that twice. So we're going to draw another pupil line. So from up here, we're going to curve across to the front and color the center area in black. From here, let's draw in the bottom of the chin. So beside the eye, right here, we're going to draw a curve across to the front. And from here, we're going to layer in the beak. So we start with a straight line that comes up, and we're going to curve to the front of the face, so the front of the beak here. Now from here we're going to come down to the tip of the beak. So from here we're going to angle the beak down at an angle like this. So we're going to curve to the tip. We're going to go to this point right here and curve in the opposite direction towards the tip of the beak. From the bottom edge here, we're just going to tuck in the bottom of the beak and just let it taper out to the tip here. Now he's got this head flame that overlaps on top of the head, so we're going to have to draw in this first. So from the front of the head right here, we're just going to draw a curve just above the eye that curves up like this. Now to draw the tips of the flame, we're just going to draw a series of curves. So from here we're going to curve around and then up. And then we're going to take this point and just loop it around and just curve it around like that. From here we're going to pull this back in to here. And then we'll curve back up with a short line. And then we'll curve this back down. Now we're going to curve in the opposite direction. So we're going to curve up and then out towards the right. We'll pull this back in so we're tapering the line as we get back. We'll do one more flame tip, so we'll curve out. Now this is going to come back to this point here, so we're going to do a little wave. We're going to curve this in like that. From the edge of this beak right here, we're going to curve the top of the face, so curving around like that. From here, we want to work our way down the neck towards the body. So right here at the edge of the face, we're going to step down a little bit and just draw a little hook like that. This is the front edge of the neck. Up here, we're going to tuck the top of the neck behind this flame. So we're going to curve around to the back, starting up here behind the flame, curving around and then down. From this point, we'll have to start layering in the foreground elements on top of the base of the body. So we'll start with the left side of the body, starting with the wing and the shoulder area. We're going to curve the top of the shoulder here towards the wing. From here, we're going to draw the front profile edge of the wing. So this is going to come out in an angle this way. So we're going to step down, leaving a little gap here. We're going to curve in and then to a point. And then we're going to curve back in and come down to right about here. We'll just draw the tip of the wing down here. I'm going to come back to the wing after we've drawn in the body. So right here, we're going to imagine this line, the curve of the back coming down, swerving around the back here, and then just continuing on towards the leg. Now there's a thigh area right here, so we're going to draw that in after we draw in the foot and the talons. So the talon we're going to draw in this area here. So we're going to start by drawing an oval with an open end at the bottom. From these 2 points, we're going to curve and connect them. From these 2 tips, we're just going to come down to a point for the claw. Let's draw the one toe on the left side here. So we're going to curve around. We're going to draw a little socket, a little curve, and we'll pull this back in like that. From here, we're going to draw a claw, but we're going to curve this claw. So from this tip here, we'll curve it inwards. Curve that back into that point there. Let's draw the opposite on this side here. Starting beside this toe, we'll curve around, do a little socket, and we'll pull that back in, leaving a little overlap here. Then we're going to draw a curved claw on this side, facing the opposite direction. Now we're going to get down towards the bottom toe, so there's one that's facing the opposite direction here. So what we're going to do is we're going to start down here, below this claw, do a little curve for the socket, and then we'll draw it to a point. From the ends here, we're just going to circle around and draw in an oval for the toe. Underneath this toe here, we're just going to curve in towards that bottom claw on both sides like that. Now that we have this claw in place, we could draw in the top thigh. So just above this toe, we want to curve over this line here. So curving up and just kind of overlapping like that. We do the same on this side here. So beside this toe, we'll curve up in the opposite direction. Now that we have this in place, we know where the body is going to have to go now. From this point in the neck, I'm going to curve the front out towards the belly and then tuck this in behind that leg. Let's draw on the opposite leg here. So now this one's going to be pointing out this way, so you're going to see more of the side of the leg. Starting roughly at the same height, I'm going to curve down and in. The bottom part of the leg, we're going to start at the bottom here, curve in. Now we want to leave a little gap here because we want to show the separation between the thigh and the leg. From here we're going to draw a straight line out on both sides, so angling outwards, and then we'll just draw a series of little zigzags across to connect them. Now let's draw the side of the leg here. So right here, underneath this little tuft of fur, we draw two lines coming down in an angle. Now we're going to layer in the actual toes and talons. So from this point, curve around and then down. From this point, I want to curve up and then round this out for the socket. From this point where we turn, we're going to curve up like that. From here, we're going to draw on the bottom toe. So from this point, we're going to draw the opposite. So curving around to the tip, we'll curve in and then round it out. From this point here, we're going to curve and round that like that. Let's draw a series of toes overlap behind. So right up here, we draw another curve. So the same curve here, right beside it. We'll curve that back up and draw the socket. And we'll just close that off at the bottom. We're going to draw that one more time. So curving around to the tip of the claw, pulling that back, rounding that out, and we'll just close it off at the back. From this toe, we're going to start right up here and just curve in behind those claws. Okay, so we got the toes here. Let's go back to this wing. So on the back edge of the wing, there's some flames that come out this way. So we're just going to draw the profile of the flames out this way. So from here, I'm going to do a little overlap. So stepping back a bit, we'll just draw a curve going out. We're going to pull that back in. So similar to how we did the flames on the top of the head, we're going to do a little wave like that. And we essentially want to make our way back to this point here. So from this point, I'm just going to curve around, curving back, and around like that. And you don't have to follow exactly how I've done the flames. You just want to kind of try to keep a smooth curve to every tip. From here, we're going to curve back down, and then we'll curve in the opposite direction, so going backwards. From here, we're going to curve around again, like that. It's almost like water waves that we've drawn here. So from here, we're going to curve around, and then make our way back towards that tip there. Let's go back up to the top. We're going to draw in some of the separation between the flame and the wing. So from here, draw a curve like this. Now you can see I left a little gap here. That's totally fine. When we go into coloring, we'll just draw a little transition there. Curve down, curve up, do a little wave like this, and then we'll make our way towards the tip right there. Okay, so we got that. Let's draw on the tail. So the body comes down like this, the tail's going to come up this way. So right in the lower torso here, we're just going to draw a curve to start the tail off. We're going to transition towards a flame coming down this way. So up here, draw a curve. We'll wrap it around. And we're going to do it one more time. So we're going to curve around and just go up and point upwards. From here we'll curve back and then point down. And then here we'll just tuck this in underneath that foot. Let's go to this side and draw in the opposite wing. So we're going to draw the top edge of the wing first. So this is going to come out in this angle this way towards the tip here. We're trying to make the wings roughly the same length. So right here, I'm going to curve down and we'll go back up and then we'll come down to a point. We're going to draw the little bone that goes inside the top of the wing here. Starting up here, we're just going to follow that same line, that same curve, and then taper it to a point as we get towards the end. Now we're going to draw the edge of the flame here. So right about here, we can draw a curve down and then around. We'll curve around like this, almost like a circle. And we'll curve this back in. From here, we're going to curve like a little wave like that. Curve back to a point. Now here I want to make my way back to that tip, so I'm going to curve up, and we'll do a hard turn towards that tip. Let's draw some separation in here. So right up here I'm going to draw a curve, goes around like this, and wave around like that. Do a hard turn up, and we'll make our way back towards the tip with a little wave like that. And that's pretty much it. There we have it. There's the legendary Moltres from Pokemon. I hope you enjoyed this lesson. Make sure you check out our Pokemon playlist. We add a new character every Tuesday. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again soon.